Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how Edgar Allan Poe's life experiences may or may not have been contributed to his work. To begin, I would like to start with his birth. Poe was born January 19th, 1809 in Boston, Massachusetts. His parents were both performers at local theater productions. Unfortunately, by the age of 3, both of his parents had died and he was put into the foster care system. Shortly after, Poe was adopted and fostered by John and Frances Allen. They raised him in Richmond, Virginia. When Poe was old enough, he found himself going to the University of Virginia. Poe only ended up lasting about a year at the University of Virginia due to his gambling issues. It is believed that Poe started up his gambling due to the fact that he found that John, his foster father, was cheating on Frances, his foster mother. Due to family issues, it is not very surprising that Poe might have put it into his work. Poe decided to put a poem of his that was very personal to him into Lucy Holmes' autograph book. This poem is called Alone. It is believed that this gives personal insight to the loneliness that Poe felt throughout his lifetime due to his parents' death at an early age and can also be attributed by his rocky relationship with John Allen. It is notable to say that this poem was found after his death but has been authenticated to be written by Poe himself before he died. Outside of personal family home issues, many don't know that Poe was enlisted in the military. We previously discussed that he only was at the University of Virginia for 1 year due to gambling problems. So when he went into the military, it's also not surprising that these experiences went into his poems and his stories. There's one poem in particular that I would like to touch upon. Annabel Lee was based off of a wealthy woman who lived in Charleston, and she fell in love with a sailor who was stationed in North Carolina. While both wanted to be wed to each other, the father of Annabel forbade this, so they had to meet in private. To meet in private, they met at a local cemetery where they would be less likely to be found by anyone in town. One night, due to suspicion that his daughter was ignoring his forbiddance of seeing the sailor, he followed her one night to the cemetery to find that she was in fact disobeying him. Because she ended up disobeying him, she locked her away up in her room until she became ill and passed away. The sailor, of course, wanted to see her one last time before being buried. Annabel's father denied this and would not tell him where she was buried. Because the sailor was unable to see his love one last time after her death, this sent him into depression throughout the rest of the story. So it is believed that Annabel Lee was based off of Poe's personal experience while he was stationed in North Carolina. Or it is also theorized that this could be a local legend or myth that Poe might have heard while he was stationed there. But I would feel like it is most likely based from Poe's personal experience than just a local myth that he heard. Now, because I personally believe that it is based off of his personal experiences, it is nowhere saying that it is for sure his personal experience. It definitely could be a local myth that he heard, but because he had many lovers throughout his time, I'm saying that is why my personal opinion is that it is from his personal life. Finally, I would like to talk about one of my favorite poems by Poe called A Valentine. Within A Valentine is a cryptid message for the readers to find, and Poe kind of teases about this within it. This tease can be found within the line that states, "Search narrowly the lines, they hold a treasure." To find the treasure, for every line is assigned a letter. Now what I mean by that is, so let's say you're looking at line 6. Line 6 is going to be connected with letter 6 within that line, and this does not include spaces. So when you connect each letter to each line, it will spell out Francis Sargent Osgood, which is a secret lover of his whom was married, so when he wrote this and sent it out to the world, he figured it would get to Francis, but in a secret manner. Unsurprisingly, it was not very secretive because a lot of people ended up knowing about their secret love affair. So with all of this information, I think it's safe to say that a lot of the experiences that Poe experienced in his life is very much directly related to his poems. Someone who also agreed with me on this subject is Walt Whitman himself. He was stated to say, Walt Whitman wrote Edgar Poe's significance. Within this, Whitman states that there is an indescribable magnetism about the poet's life and reminiscences as well as the poems. This meaning that Whitman most likely agreed with me that Poe's personal life directly connected with his work. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video on how Poe's life directly connected with his work, his amazing work. Poe will forever be one of my favorite poets of all time. He's just amazing. And it's even more amazing to think that he put his personal experiences and feelings and soul into his work. It makes it that much more beautiful, at least I think. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.